Ladies and gentlemen, today, on the storied links of North Berwick, Scotland, where sea winds kiss the cliffs and golf is not merely played but lived, an American stepped onto sacred soil and did what few believed he could. Chris Gotterup, a name whispered in growing circles but not yet shouted from the rooftops of golfing lore, rose like a storm over the waves and conquered the Genesis Scottish Open. This was no ordinary win. This was not a polite handshake or a quiet nod. No, this was a declaration. A thunderclap. A moment when the underdog dared to dance with giants, and outplayed them all. Standing beside him was Rory McIlroy, the pride of Northern Ireland, the heartbeat of the crowd. A man whose mere presence turns galleries into choirs of worship and fairways into stages. And near him was England's Marco Penge, a sharp-shooting challenger with a future as luminous as the North Sea sun. And yet it was Gotterup who emerged from the mist. He began the day tethered to McIlroy at 9 under, equal in score, but trailing in expectation. He heard the crowd. They didn't chant his name. They didn't clap louder when he approached. Their hopes, their voices, their hearts, were with Rory. But that's when legends are born. Not when everyone believes in you, but when no one does. Chris Gotterup stepped onto the first tee and silenced the whispers. With every swing, he didn't just strike the ball, he carved out a piece of destiny. He fired a final round 66, 4 under par, under pressure that would have cracked the composure of most. And still, he smiled. Still, he breathed. Still, he believed. I definitely was the villain out there today, he said afterward, with a grin that masked the steel underneath. There were a lot of cries of, Rory, and not many of, Chris. But it didn't matter. He didn't need their cheers. He had his own purpose. His own fire. Because golf, at its core, is not a popularity contest. It's a war of inches and iron. Of silence and storm. Of self-belief against all odds. Gotterup wasn't just playing for the prize. He was playing for a place at Royal Portrush, a seat at the Open Championships table. He earned it. Not through flash, but through force. Through focus. Through a round that saw him stay sharp, stay calm, and stay ahead. He took the $1.575 million paycheck, yes, a reward well deserved. But the real treasure was the respect, the recognition, and the ticket to the next great test. The Genesis Scottish Open, held at the iconic Renaissance Club with its sweeping views and brutal honesty, offered a $9 million purse. But for Gotterup, it was about more than money. It was about moments. Moments like the birdie on 5 that broke the tie. Moments like the clutch par saves that kept the Wolves at bay. Moments like the walk-up 18, not as a man hoping to win, but as a man who knew he already had. This was his canvas. And he painted with precision. While McIlroy played with the weight of legacy and the roar of expectation, Gotterup played with freedom. While Marco Penge flashed brilliance but couldn't close the gap, Gotterup built a lead and never let it slip. He was steady. He was strong. He was silent thunder. And now, the world knows his name. He will walk into Royal Portrush not as a wildcard, but as a proven warrior. He knows the eyes will be on others. The chance will rise again for Rory, for Rom, for Scotty. But let them. Gotterup thrives in the quiet. He thrives in the shadows. He thrives where belief is built from within. And maybe, just maybe, this is only the beginning. Because days like these don't just end, they echo. They echo in highlight reels and hushed conversations. They echo in locker rooms and leaderboards. They echo in hearts that beat for the game. Chris Gotterup did more than win a tournament today. He disrupted a script. He rewrote expectation. He challenged tradition. He reminded us all that golf, like life, isn't handed to the chosen few, it's seized by those who dare. He reminded us that the villain, in one story, may be the hero of another. And today, on the windswept turf of Scotland, beneath grey skies and glinting glory, the hero was unmistakable. His name is Chris Gotterup. And he didn't just arrive, he conquered. Now the world watches. Now the story continues. To Royal Portrush. To the Open. To destiny. Let the next chapter begin.